In a quaint, secluded town, nestled amidst ancient forests and misty moors, there stood an elegant Victorian mansion known as Ravenswood Manor. The estate's reputation was tainted by a chilling legend, a malevolent mirror that held a sinister power. Locals believed that the mirror could reflect not only one's physical form, but also their deepest fears and darkest desires. Among the curious visitors was a skeptical young woman named Lily, who sought to debunk the tales surrounding the haunted mirror. With an investigative spirit and an old camera in hand, Lily arrived at Ravenswood Manor. The mansion's grandeur was undeniable, yet an ominous aura surrounded it, giving her an uneasy feeling. The locals had warned her to stay away, but she was undeterred by their superstitions. As the night fell, Lily set up her camera and stood before the mirror. Its ornate frame gleamed under the soft glow of candlelight. She stared at her reflection, waiting for something supernatural to occur. At first, nothing seemed out of the ordinary, but as Lily maintained her gaze, she noticed a subtle distortion in the mirror's reflection. Her eyes widened as she saw a flicker of movement behind her. Turning around, she found nothing but an empty room. Convinced it was a trick of her imagination, Lily continued her investigation. However, every time she faced the mirror, the strange distortion persisted. Each reflection seemed to reveal a glimpse of an unsettling figure standing just out of sight. Determined to capture evidence of the mirror's malevolence, Lily set up her camera to record continuously through the night. As she reviewed the footage the next morning, she froze in terror. The footage showed her image morphing into a grotesque, contorted visage, one that seemed to mirror her deepest insecurities and darkest fears. Disturbed by what she had witnessed, Lily sought answers from the mansion's caretaker, Mr. Reynolds. He was an elderly man, weathered by time and the secrets he held. "Mr. Reynolds," Lily began, "I believe there's something malevolent about the mirror in this mansion. It shows reflections that are not my own, distorted and grotesque." The caretaker sighed, his eyes betraying the weight of the mansion's history. "The mirror holds the spirits of those who have passed through these halls. It reflects not only your physical form, but also your innermost thoughts." Intrigued yet skeptical, Lily pressed further. "How is that possible? It defies all logic and reason." Mr. Reynolds nodded gravely. "The mansion has a tragic history. A long time ago, Ravenswood Manor was home to a family with dark secrets. The mirror played a role in their downfall." As he recounted the tale, Lily listened intently. The mansion's previous inhabitants had been obsessed with their own reflections, gazing into the mirror for hours on end. They became entranced, unable to tear themselves away, as the mirror fed off their vanity and insecurities. Soon, the mansion was consumed by madness. The family turned on each other, their reflections driving them to paranoia and self-loathing. In the end, a series of tragic deaths befell the household, leaving behind only the cursed mirror. Determined to confront the mirror once more, Lily returned to the room. She stood before it, her heart pounding, and stared into her own eyes. This time, however, she whispered words of courage and strength, refusing to let the mirror prey on her fears. As she held her ground, the mirror's distortion seemed to wane, and the unsettling figure behind her vanished. A sense of empowerment washed over her as she realized that the mirror's power lay in the insecurities of its viewers. With newfound clarity, Lily sought to break the mirror's curse. She returned to the attic, where the mirror had been hidden away for years. Surrounding it with talismans and protective symbols, she performed an ancient ritual to banish its malevolence. As the ritual reached its crescendo, the mirror trembled, and the spirits trapped within it cried out in anguish. Lily's heart pounded, but she stood her ground, determined to break the mirror's malevolence once and for all. In a final, blinding flash of light, the mirror shattered, releasing the trapped spirits back into the universe. Ravenswood Manor seemed to sigh in relief, as if freed from the weight of its haunting past. From that day on, the mansion's dark legend began to fade, and a newfound peace settled upon Ravenswood Manor. Lily's bravery and determination had broken the curse of the malevolent mirror. Over time, the mansion transformed into a welcoming haven for visitors seeking solace in its storied halls. Lily's story spread far and wide, captivating the world with its blend of mystery and courage. But the mirror's malevolence would not be forgotten. While the shattered pieces were no longer a source of terror, they were said to retain a trace of the mirror's haunting power. Some believed that if anyone dared to piece the fragments back together, the cursed mirror would once again rise to claim its victims. As for Lily, the experience had left an indelible mark on her soul. She remained haunted by the echoes of the past, a constant reminder of the darkness that lurked beneath the surface of seemingly ordinary places. Yet, she also carried with her the knowledge that confronting one's fears and insecurities was the key to breaking free from the malevolence that lay within. And so, she continued her journey, seeking out the mysteries of the world, armed with newfound courage and the determination to shed light on the shadows that concealed the truth.